beneficial yoga poses, both mentally and physically. In addition to being an inversion, which is going to bring fresh blood to our heart and to our head, it also gains the ability to tune into our deepest desires and allow your intuition to guide you toward your soul purpose. This posture also calms the nervous system and offers the body a full stretch, and it creates alignment and length in the muscles while building strength in our bones. So while in downward dog, allow yourself to open up your mental alignment to the concept of moksha, ultimate freedom, liberation, release. Traditionally, moksha was closely tied to the concept of universal consciousness, in which one accepts the self as at one with all existence. And it is believed that the only way to attain absolute freedom, peace, bliss, and nirvana is to come to the state of moksha and oneness. So one's ultimate goal in moksha is aligning with one's soul purpose. It's an important aspect on the journey for this path. When one aligns their life's purposes at the different stages in life, all of these life purposes just become stepping stones towards the ultimate soul purpose. So consider when you're in downward dog, opening yourself up to this mental alignment and to this concept of moksha and the ultimate freedom, the ultimate liberation, and the ultimate release. So, shall we go get in? So if the ground is inaccessible for you today, you could practice downward dog against the wall using a chair. And if your heels don't touch the mat, maybe your hamstrings or your calves are a little tight, bending the knees will help. You'll find a little more integrity in the pose without sacrificing your proper alignment. You may even wish to roll a towel under your heels to keep the legs active. And keep a slight bend to the knee. If you have sore wrists, or they're bothered by another injury, you may need to modify this pose by bringing your forearms on the ground with your elbows underneath your shoulders. But I'll be doing downward dog by coming in from table posture on all fours with your knees under your hips and your palms under your shoulders. Start by building your alignment from the ground up. Spread your fingers wide and use the whole surface of your palms and all your fingers to connect to the mat. Your index finger should point straight ahead at 12 o'clock. And take a look at the inside of your elbows, where they crease. This we know as the eye of the elbow. And point the right eye towards the upper left corner of your mat and the left eye of the elbow to the upper right corner of your mat. Internally rotating your lower arm and externally rotating your upper arms. Just notice a widening of your collarbones and draw your shoulders and your shoulder blades down your back towards your waist. So now let's get ready for liftoff. Engage and draw your belly in towards your back spine and up towards your heart. Tuck your toes and start to lift your hips and knees off the ground. Make space and lengthen in your spine by keeping your spine as long as possible from the base of the head to the tip of the tailbone. The neck and the head continue along the same neutral line of your spine. Remember to keep drawing those shoulders away from your ears. Bend the knees a little or even a lot. And send those sits bones and tailbones up and back. Take a glance and make sure your feet are parallel to your mat. And remember to keep your arms active and your whole hand firmly pressing on the ground. Keep your knees soft. You want to bend one knee at a time, pedaling back and forth, working your heels towards the ground. Remember, they don't need to touch the ground, but you can keep this as your goal. Be patient. Now lift your heels off the ground and bend your knees And really bring your torso and ribs towards your thighs. And then send that weight back into your hips and slowly straighten the legs and work your heels to the ground. Hold for a few breaths or longer if you still can. And then when you're ready, gently bend your knees back to the floor and come on all fours. You can push yourself back into child's pose and stay here, or maybe re-enter again. Or if you're completely finished, bring yourself up to a seated posture with your eyes closed and ask yourself, are you loving your fulfilled life with moksha, the ultimate freedom and the ultimate liberation? Enjoy the rest of your day, and namaste.